9 News Mornings at 7 a.m. starts right now.
Kicking off your 7 o'clock hour with a live look outside. This is from our camera over Horsetooth Reservoir this morning. As you see, it's the return of that haze once again this morning. This is from the wildfire smoke that is blowing into our state from the west out there. Again, we are also facing another day of those extreme temperatures. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jordan Chavez.
And I'm Lawrence Cafidi filling in for Corey Rose. Let's send things on over to weather impact meteorologist Keely Chalmers. Keely, that haze is also making for some really gorgeous sunsets.
Oh yeah, beautiful sunrises, beautiful sunsets with that pinkish hue, but not the best to breathe. So we're talking about extreme heat. We're talking about the hazy conditions, smoky conditions. So this afternoon might be a good day to relax inside with some filtered air. Let's talk about the weather because again, those temperatures are going to be climbing. Not bad. If you have to head outdoors, now is the time to do it, to do some of your activities. We're looking at temperatures right now in the mid 60s. It's very pleasant. But again, we are going to be soaring into the upper 90s by this afternoon. Not too much happening as we take a live look at our radar. High pressure is going to keep things quiet when it comes to moisture or storms, although we do have some storms in the forecast. We'll talk about that in just a second. 98 degrees, that's our forecast time. Mostly sunny. Areas of smoke. And I want to stress, again, this is going to continue for the next several days. We do have an air quality alert to talk about, and we'll talk more about that coming up in just a bit. But let's focus on the temperatures right now because they are going to increase fairly rapidly. We're going to be in the 80s by 10 o'clock. We're looking at temperatures in the 90s by noon. We're going to reach the mid 90s by 2 o'clock this afternoon. Of course, that dense smoke might limit in some areas the temperature rise, but the hot and dry weather is going to top our weather headlines today. No question. Fire danger. It is going to be high across the mountains and the western slope all week long as those temperatures soar. And again, dealing with those smoky skies, not just today, but for the next couple of days as well. We'll talk about when we can get some relief coming up in your complete forecast in just a bit.
All right, Keely, at 7:02, we want to get you out the door right now and show you what we have going on. If you're traveling south of the metro between Larkspur and Monument on southbound I-25, we have delays from an earlier crash. You can see it there in the shoulder this morning. This is a look at things just behind it. I just want to point out in the area of Greenland Road, we are dealing with some pretty significant delays as that crash is still clearing out. This is a look at 270 in Vasquez through Commerce City. We do have some westbound volume in those lanes headed away from us and some serious southbound volume on 225 here, southbound and Yosemite Street. Let's take you over to our map and run through what we have going on. 7-minute delay on southbound 225. We were just looking at all that congestion at Yosemite Street. We are up to a 19-minute travel time on westbound I-70 between E470 and 76. Normal is 13 minutes, so we're not looking terrible, but we're colorful through Commerce City. I-25 coming into the metro as well as westbound 76 into the Berkeley-Arvada area. This morning, some children in Colorado are saying goodbye to summer and hello to school. 9 News transportation specialist Brianna Fernandez live in Aurora this morning. Brianna, kiddos there gearing up for their first day.
Yeah, and Erica, you and I both know with the first day of school, there's tons of traffic, new school zones, as well as first-time drivers for anyone coming here to the first time driving here to high school. So I'm actually joined by the Aurora Police Department with Agent Longshore. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. So talk to me about, I've seen you guys out here with your traffic enforcement units. Have you guys made any traffic stops right now?
We have our motorcycle enforcement team out here on ILIF today, starting about 6 a.m. and within minutes of starting at 6 a.m. they're starting to find speeders along ILIF. ILIF is pretty unique over here by Rangeview. There's no flashing lights indicating a school zone, just signs saying that you're entering the school zone. Between those signs, we should treat it as the actual speed limit of the roadway, which is 40. In that zone, though, fines are doubled. And so that's what we want to remind drivers today is it's no longer summer. Kids are back to school. There's kids walking, biking, they're first-time drivers, things like that. We want to make sure that drivers on the roadway know that the speeds could be lowered in the area. Also, fines could be doubled.
What are some type of violations that you guys usually see, especially for the first day of school, but also the first week? Because a lot of people, like you mentioned, people forget during summer vacation, they're probably speeding down ILIF between Buckley and Tower.
Yeah, speeding is the biggest thing that we're seeing. In neighborhoods, though, distracted driving is another big thing. We often respond to kids getting hit by cars because they're going to dart between those cars through those neighborhoods trying to get to school. So if you live or drive in a school zone, especially elementary or middle school in a neighborhood, please make sure that you don't drive distracted. You're watching for kids. It's really important.
Last question for you, because it's not only that morning rush hour traffic, but also later this afternoon. What message do you have for drivers and also parents who are picking up their kids or maybe kids walking to their home?
One, be patient. You're going to see a lot more foot traffic as well as vehicle traffic. Use a little bit of patience. Parents, if you haven't already, make sure you're mapping the route out with your kids to know they're comfortable, and use the crosswalk. It's very important. Again, mind the signs. If there's no times on the signs, it's a full school day. So from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., this stretch of ILIF is a school zone. Speed through here, you could get ticketed and then fined, could be doubled. So again, please pay attention to what you're doing. Use the crosswalks. Don't drive distracted, and wear your seatbelt.
Agent Longshore, thank you so much for joining us this morning. So again, if you're driving through school zones, definitely take it easy, especially right in front of Rangeview High School. Like you just heard from the Aurora Police Department, this is a very busy intersection between ILIF, Buckley, and Tower Road. For now, I'm live here in Aurora. Brianna Fernandez for 9 News.
All right, Brianna, thank you. I can't believe it's already the first day of school.
So exciting.
I know.
I'm jealous of these kids, honestly.
Same, actually. Well, today, the intersection of Galley Road and Murray in Colorado Springs reopens ahead of schedule, but that's not the case for another pair of Galley Road projects that have been impacting traffic since last spring. Colorado Springs Utilities is preparing for the last phase of a mile-long water main replacement, and that's going to go from east of Murray Boulevard across Powers Boulevard. It may not be completed until next year. The city is replacing a bridge across the West Fork of Sand Creek. It's faced several delays because of weather and other unexpected circumstances, but the bridge was finally demolished a month ago. That project should be finished this fall.
Today, the annual Colorado Traffic Safety Summit kicks off at the Beaver Resort in Breckenridge. More than 340 transportation professionals and advocates from all across Colorado will look at the issues like impaired driving, distracted driving, pedestrian safety, speeding, and seatbelt use. This year's theme is Driving Change Together, from innovative ideas to real-world results. Ahead of the 2025 summit, CDOT released its driver behavior reports. According to the report, fewer drivers are engaging in multiple unsafe driving behaviors. CDOT says the number fell to 1.19 in 2025, down from 1.27 in 2024 and 1.35 in 2023. The first day of the summit will kick off at 9 a.m. with pre-summit activities to get things going.
New this morning, the Denver City Council voted unanimously Monday night to allow the creation of the Broadway General Improvement District. It will now go to a special election. This comes as another legacy business closes on Broadway. The Hornet is the latest business to decide to shut their doors. Their last day is on Saturday. Our partners at the Denver Gazette report that some hope that by creating a new financing tool, it's going to help stall the wave of Broadway closures. In November, voters will be able to decide if they want to see higher taxes to fund for extra cleaning, security patrols, and support for local events.
As tensions grow between the city of Denver and restaurant owners, a new program has been created that Denver hopes helps settle the problems between the two groups. Our partners at the Denver Gazette report that the 6-month program will work with both restaurant owners and the city to come up with recommendations for how to work together in advancing the restaurant sector. This comes just months after several major downtown restaurant owners signed a letter that expressed frustrations with Mayor Johnston. The letter accuses him of not following through with the promises he made during the campaign trail.